Good evening, everyone. It's the kids. All right, Mayor, I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Elmwood Park Mayor and Council for April 21st, 2022, to order at 7:02 p.m. On roll call, we have Council members Ballestieri. Here. Dennis. Here. Golombek.
Here.
Pellegrin, absent. Sheridan.
Here.
Council President Fasolo.
Here.
Mayor Coletti.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, Sinead. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. We've got a very exciting night in front of us. We have this group that comes here every year for some reason. I think what we're going to have to do is just dedicate this day to this crew every year, because they consistently win these championships. So we might as well just put it in the calendar and make sure that you guys better win next year too. So otherwise I'll be the horses, you know what. All right, before we get started, on a kind of a negative note, which I always hate to start with, but we've lost two very key people to Elmwood Park in the last couple of months. They were very instrumental in sports, which kind of like relates to this evening. And we're going to say a special prayer for them tonight. That was Vi Shama, some of you might know her, and Claire Alfieri. They both were considered godmothers of their organizations. Vi Shama broke that glass ceiling for women. I think our relationship started in 1983, and she was very adamant that the girls were not going to be no second-rate citizens, and I agreed with her. And from that point on, everything we did was for the girls, cheerleaders, and for the football bombers. And then there was Claire Alfieri, who was very instrumental with the football bombers and the cheerleaders for many, many years. And then she went up to the high school, and she also served this community. So before we do that, I'm going to ask everybody to stand. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance to that beautiful flag sitting over there, the red, white, and blue. And then we'll get Pastor Ron up here to do our prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Pastor Ron? By the way, this is our favorite pastor of Elmwood Park, right here.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Elmwood Park. How's everyone today? Good. Very good, very good. Okay, we're going to take a minute and just give thanks. Can we bow our heads, please? Eternal God, our Father, first of all, we want to thank you for this day. This is the day that you have made, and we ought to rejoice and be glad in it. We want to thank you for our town of Elmwood Park. We first thank you for the leadership. We thank you for the mayor. We thank you for the chief. We thank you for the council. Father God, you made government. So since you've made government, we want to stay on one accord with you. Father God, we thank you for the life of Claire, the life of Vi. They were instrumental in this community. And Father God, you know that we'll miss them, but you granted us the privilege to be in their company and to see the effects of our community from what they believed in and what they did. May for everything that they did, let us continue to carry it forward, dear Father. As this meeting proceeds, I ask you, dear Lord, for each council member, touch them, bless them from the crown of their heads to the soles of their feet. I ask you, Father God, to keep everyone on one accord. We might agree to disagree, but we want to do what's best for the community, what's best for you. Father God, we just ask you this, in the name of, for those that says as Allah, in the name of, for those who say Yeshua or Emmanuel, and for the rest of us, in the name of Jesus Christ, we all say amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor Ron. Thank you very much. Okay, we got to make this meeting official. Whereas Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of the State of New Jersey require at the commencement of every meeting a statement of compliance be read by the presiding officer. Now, therefore, be advised that meeting requirements for this meeting have been met by publishing a special meeting notice in the Record and Herald News, and by posting such notice in the office of the Borough Clerk, as well as in a public place within the municipal building, and also by notifying interested citizens. Said notice was posted and transmitted on January 8th, 2022, and published on January 11th, 2022. Ms. Morris?
Yes, at this time, I would like to call up Linda Colombini, who is presenting a donation from the Homeowners Association to the Vietnam Veterans Memorial.
Anyone from the council want to come with me?
Good evening, everybody. Mr. Mayor. I'm good. How are you?
Good, good, good.
Okay, it's with great honor and pride that I present to you, on behalf of the Homeowners Association, this check in the amount of $1,000, in hopes that this donation will help towards your building your Vietnam Veterans Memorial. And may I also add that I am honored to work with such outstanding officials of our borough. And let's continue this great work together as a team. Thank you very much. Oh.
This is the part I like about this job.
Yeah.
Linda, thank you very much. I'd just like to say to you
Yes, sir.
that we're all marveling on how you're running the homeowners.
Thank you so much.
You're doing a job. You're bringing it back to life again. Attendance is up, membership's up, and that's because of the leader.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. And what Linda did, she took the politics out of that organization many years ago. It just, excuse the expression, stunk with politics. She took that away. You go into that meeting now, you feel, as an elected official, you don't feel inhibited, you feel free, and that's because of this lady.
Thank you very much.
And it wasn't the $1,000 that made me say that. No.
Then I could have gave you half.
A nice round of applause for Linda. Thank you, Linda. From one woman to another.
At this time, we will have the presentation honoring the EP crew members. If I can have the coaches and players, I guess, step up.
Okay, we've been here so many times, this should just flow, right? I just one question. That guy there, he's not on the team, is he? No. He looks like a ringer, if he is. I've never seen him before, so I thought maybe it's a ringer you brought in.
It's our secret trainer.
Yeah, that's a trainer.
Thank you so much, Mayor. We would like to thank you, Mayor and Council, for inviting us here for this celebration. And also, we would like to thank our Recreation Director, Tishon, and the DPW crew for making sure that we always have our fields ready and everything that needs to be done to prepare for our games is done the way it should be. So thank you guys so much for your help and support. Now, I would like to introduce our U11 boys team, EP Crew Eagles, as the Morris County Youth Soccer Association League champions for fall 2021. Last fall, we had 5 teams competing in Morris County. 2 teams finished in first place and 1 finished in third place. But our Eagles have earned the championship title as they won every single game while competing with the clubs from towns like Kittatinny, Summit, Vernon, and Jefferson Township. They were undefeated at their Flight 4 level, competing for the fall, and now for spring, they earned the title. They earned the second level of playtime. They went up. So during their 8-game season, they scored 39 goals and only conceded 15. So very, very, nice record. Okay. So boys and your families, all that success was possible due to your entire team effort. Your coaches' hard work during training, your dedication to coming to practice, your parents bringing you to every practice, every game early to make sure that you are stretched and you are properly prepared. That's the team effort that led you to this success and very great achievement. So we thank every one of you, your parents, your coach Lewis, our trainers, and everyone that helps out during the games for your dedication, your commitment to the game, to the soccer, to the game that you love. Okay, so you are the third-time champion for the Morris County League. Congratulations, and you follow our motto, our club's motto very well. Our club's motto is dedication plus motivation equals success. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Very nicely done. Have you thought about running for mayor someday?
I don't know, maybe.
Certainly can handle it. I'd like to say, from my past experience with sports, and I've always been sports oriented ever since watching the Giants at 8 years old with Y.A. Tittle and Del Schaffner, and also the Yankees with Mickey Mantle and Roger Maris way back. So I'm sports oriented, and the important part of that is I can recognize when things are being ran correctly. And obviously for this organization to be in the playoffs and then winning constantly, it has to do with their coaches. So could all the coaches stand up that are not standing? Do we have any other coaches here? Just right here. Ladies and gentlemen, nice warm hand for the coaches. Are you the administrators also? Okay, a nice hand for the administrators. All right, and we're going to get to giving you your trophies, guys, but you all made it happen. Of course, you had this exquisite backing of your coaches and, of course, the next group of people that we have to congratulate, because without them cooperating, you guys, you ladies, would not be here tonight, and that's who? Who am I talking about?
Us.
Look at his blue eyes. You could tell he's on his way to Hollywood already. Who am I talking about? The other group of people that make this possible each and every day.
Parents.
Who?
Parents.
There you go, parents. Let's hear for the parents. Okay. All right. We'll start now. Okay.
Okay.
You're going to make the announcement.
Okay.
You're going to hand it to her?
Those are her names. Okay. Okay, I would like to invite here Julian Arroyo. Here you go, Julian. And number 2 trophy.
Stand over there.
Antonio Cabrera. Here you go. Malik, here, hold on. Timothy Felberg. Here you go. Here you go.
Thank you.
Christopher Hyla. One more. Dominic Kamianowski. Okay. Go. Gabriel Marani. Gabriel, congratulations. Go. Paul Masticho. Here you go. Brander Pereira. One more. Go. Enes Seju. Go. Right. Dominik Świętoniowski. Go. Adam, who's coming shortly. Okay. Zlatko Urginowski. There you go. And, Sean Weinblatt. There you go. And we have Coach Luis Cabrera. Here you go, Coach. And another trophy. Congratulations. Thank you. No, I don't get one.
I need a trophy for the parents, and I need a trophy for you.
Okay. Oh, and we have 2 additional trophies today for our exceptional work of our 2 goalkeepers. Okay, they're the core, they're the main, defenders, right? So they need to get special recognition. Dominik Kamianowski and Dominik Świętoniowski, both Dominiks. Good job, great job, guys.
We got 4 extra statues there.
Yeah, there's 2 people then to us.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our portion of the celebration for this crew. And we're going to take some pictures, but I just want to wish you all the luck for next year and see you back here once again. A nice hand once more for this group.
You gotta get in this. How about you? As much, come here, come here. As much as it's hard on you guys, it's for a reason. Right.
Thank you.
Please stick around for a little for council comments for about 5 more minutes. Don't leave just yet. 1 minute. Mayor? Attention, after council comments, then we will take pictures. If I can have the mayor, please come back to the dais for council comments. Council comments. Well, we could take pictures after the council comments.
Tony, you know what? Our defense, bro. Oh, you're not defense. We're not talking. Well, do you think everything is gonna get it? Here's the picture. Yes. I mean, like, 100%. Me and Sean are there. Me and Sean are there. Yeah. I know. Should have become a last time. It was a real thing. Yeah, I know. I had like 9 schools that 30.
Okay, if we could settle down. I'm going to allow the council have made comments on what they just saw and heard. And we'll start with Tanisha.
Congratulations, you guys. I believe I heard this your 3rd time winning the championship. Is that right? That's awesome. I'm really proud of you. I'm a crew mom as well, so when I heard you guys were coming, I had to throw on my spirit wear to show you guys that I'm one of those moms that sit out there in the rain, in the cold, cheering you guys on. We're so very proud of you, and I do want to take a second to thank the parents for their continued dedication to the program. Without you sacrificing your Sundays and driving really far out, those 1-hour games can be 4-hour trips, and we sacrifice our Sunday dinners for maybe fast food. Without you pushing them to go sometimes, this wouldn't be possible. And as that crew mom, I know that those practices can be long and they can be hard, it could be cold, it could be raining, but because of you, you make it happen. So boys, good luck this season. I look forward to cheering you on again, and I hope you can see you guys at the end of the season. Congratulations.
Thank you, Tanisha. Sandy?
So it's great to see you back again. I'm not surprised. This is definitely a wonderful accomplishment to not only win the championship, but to be undefeated. So you should all be very proud of yourselves. And of course, the coaches, you do a great job, and they wouldn't be where they are without you guys. So, thank you for all the time you put into helping them to be successful. And of course, the parents, being there for them, supporting them, driving back and forth. It is, it takes a lot too. And without the parents, these guys and girls would not be there. So thank you all for all you do, and I am sure that we will see you here again next year. But-
Thank you,
but
Sandy.
While I'm on my comments, I also want to, I don't know if she's still here, want to thank Linda Colombini for the donation for the Veterans Memorial. That is such a wonderful thing. It's just so great to have a community working together and helping each other. So I do want to say thank you for that as well.
Okay. Terry?
First of all, I'd like to thank the parents for rearranging your schedules every time there's a game or there's practice. I hope to see the younger generation moving on up. You guys look great. I heard it's your third time. Let's just keep moving forward and don't look back. Congratulations.
Council President Fasolo?
Thank you, Mayor. Before I start, I wanted all the players to stand and give an applause to all the coaches and all the parents. Without their commitment and dedication, none of this would be possible. So let's give them all a round of applause. Thanks. Congratulations to the 2021 MCYSA champions. You have all worked really hard all season to make this possible. You have not only made your coaches and your families proud, but you also made your entire community proud. Keep pushing and working hard toward all of your dreams. Use your mistakes and your losses as lessons, and you will always come out as champions. Thank you to the entire Elmwood Park crew, organization, and congratulations.
Thank you. Councilman Golubek?
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to apologize I couldn't be there in person to congratulate you all. You've made Elmwood Park very proud. Anytime our community looks this good, visiting other towns is a wonderful thing. Thank you to the coaches, the parents. Very well-deserved recognition. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Golubek. Okay, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to take a short break. You're welcome to stay if you'd like. If not, go about your business, celebrate, and we understand that too. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Anyone needs additional pictures with the council person, the administrator, even our attorney?
Mayor, I'd like to reestablish a quorum. Do we have council members Ballesteri?
Here?
Dennis? Here. Golubek?
Here.
Pellegrin absent. Sheridan?
Here.
Council President Fasolo?
Here.
Mayor Coletti?
Here.
We have reestablished a quorum. At this time, we will have the Bergen County Open Space Grant Application Public Hearing.
May I have a motion to open to the public? No one from the public cares to speak. I will close the public portion. Motion on the ordinance?
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please. You didn't get it first? Mr. Fasolo? And the second? You got the second? Okay.
First by Fasolo, second by Dennis. On roll call, council members Ballesteri?
Yes.
Dennis?
Yes.
Golubek?
Yes.
Pellegrin absent. Sheridan?
Yes.
Council President Fasolo?
Yes.
Motion carries. Now we will have our ordinances on first reading. We have resolution number R-138-22, introduce ordinance number 22-10 on first reading. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance establishing a no left turn at the southbound location on River Drive and the Elmwood Park High School entrance or driveway, amending Chapter 7, Traffic of the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park, more specifically Article 7-23, turn prohibit, be passed and adopted on first reading, and be it resolved that a final hearing on said ordinance will be heard in the municipal building on Thursday, May 19th, 2022, at 7:00 p.m. or as soon thereafter, as same can be heard, at which time any person interested in said ordinance can be heard. Be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be and she is hereby authorized to advertise in the legal newspaper a notice of introduction and final hearing as required by law.
Michael, could you break that down for us?
Yes, Mayor. River Drive, traveling southbound in the area of the high school, we are prohibiting left turns from that lane into the high school parking lot for safety reasons and for traffic reasons.
May I have a motion on the ordinance?
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
First by Fasolo, second by Dennis. On roll call, we have council members Ballesteri,
Yes.
Dennis,
Yes.
Golubek,
Yes.
Pellegrin, absent Sheridan,
Yes.
Council President Fasolo.
Yes.
Motion carries. Next, we have Resolution R-139-22, introduce ordinance 22-11 on first reading. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance to Amend Chapter 7 Traffic of the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park," more specifically Article 7-14.1, parking prohibited during certain hours on certain days, be passed and adopted on first reading, and be it resolved that a final hearing on said ordinance will be heard in the municipal building on Thursday, May 19th, 2022, at 7:00 p.m. or as soon thereafter, as same can be heard, at which time any persons interested in said ordinance can be heard. Be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be and she is hereby authorized to advertise in a legal newspaper a notice of introduction and final hearing as required by law.
Michael, once again, could you break that down for us?
Sure, Mayor. We received complaints from the administration at 16th Avenue School that the buses are having a difficult time getting in and out to pick up and drop off students. So we are going to carve out an area there where there's no parking for the parents.
I think that's a wise move, Mike. That was always a very dangerous turn there. May I have a motion on the ordinance, please?
So move.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
First by Fasolo, second by Sheridan. On roll call, we have council members Ballesteri,
Yes.
Dennis,
Yes.
Golubek,
Yes.
Pellegrin, absent Sheridan,
Yes.
Fasolo.
Yes.
Motion carries. Next, we have Resolution R-140-22, introduce ordinance number 22-12 on first reading. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled Bond Ordinance to Authorize the Improvement of 13th Avenue and 14th Avenue, each from East 53rd Street to East 55th Street, and by and for the Borough of Elmwood Park in the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $200,000 to pay the cost thereof, to make a down payment to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriations, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds. Be passed and adopted on first reading. And be it resolved that a final hearing on said ordinance will be heard in the municipal building on Thursday, May 19th, 2022, at 7:00 p.m. or as soon thereafter, as same can be heard, at which time any persons interested in said ordinance can be heard. Be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be and she is hereby authorized to advertise in a legal newspaper a notice of introduction and final hearing as required by law.
I think that's self-explanatory in itself. May I have a motion on the ordinance?
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
First by Ballesteri, second by Fasolo. On roll call, we have council members Ballesteri,
Yes.
Dennis,
Yes.
Golubek,
Yes.
Pellegrin, absent Sheridan,
Yes.
Fasolo.
Yes.
Motion carries. Next, we have Resolution R-141-22, introduce ordinance number 22-13 on first reading. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled Ordinance of the Borough of Elmwood Park, County of Bergen, New Jersey, adopting a redevelopment plan for rehabilitation of certain properties situated along Broadway and vicinity, be passed and adopted on first reading, and be it resolved that a final hearing on said ordinance will be heard in the municipal building on Thursday, May 19th, 2022, at 7:00 p.m. or as soon thereafter, as same can be heard, at which time any persons interested in said ordinance can be heard. Be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be and she is hereby authorized to advertise in a legal newspaper a notice of introduction and final hearing as required by law.
Mr. Graffia, would you like to elaborate a little?
Yes, Mayor, this is a reconsideration where there was a prior ordinance introduced at one time with sent over to the planning board. The planning board made a recommendation. The council viewed those recommendations. They sort of had an agreement with those recommendations, and the resolution, the ordinance was tabled. In view of the fact that subsequent to that, the planner has recalculated, redevised, and replanned the whole concept of redevelopment and the plan itself to a point that it became so materially changed. I felt that it was necessary to reintroduce it rather than having an amendment to the prior one. So at this juncture, it is a first reading of a ordinance which would determine with the plan that has been attached to the ordinance regarding Broadway, which will be read, if the council approves it, this time will be sent again to the planning board, and then it is my understanding that it meets the essence of what the planning board was looking for and recommended. So therefore, once it comes back, then it can be finalized.
All right. Thank you. Would you like to add anything to that, Mr. Foligno?
Mayor, no, I think Mr. Ingraffia summed it up very well.
Okay.
Unless you want me to add something to it, I will.
No.
So basically, this allows certain properties in that zone there for a developer to come in and build things beyond the normal zoning, if I could sum it up in layman's terms. Right, Fran?
Okay. I guess I'll add my 2 cents. I want to thank the planning board for their recommendations. They actually mirrored the feelings of the council, and this is an area that needs help. It's been on all of our minds for the last, I could say, 20 years being here, and I'm sure the council here, Market Street and Route 4 are areas that they're very concerned with, and this should give us a jump start on it. May I have a motion on the ordinance, please?
So moved.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
First by Fasolo, second by Ballesteri. On roll call, we have council members Ballesteri,
Yes.
Dennis,
Yes.
Golubek,
Yes.
Pellegrin, absent, Sheridan,
Yes.
Council President Fasolo.
Yes.
Motion carries. Next, we have Resolution R-142-22, introduced ordinance 22-06 on second reading. Whereas the public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance amending and supplementing the Code of the Borough, Chapter 11, entitled Housing, more specifically Section 11-4.14, entitled Penalty and Violation, same to be deleted and replaced by the language contained herein, was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Thursday, March 17, 2022, and that after further consideration of this ordinance would be taken up at this meeting, and whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given an opportunity to be heard concerning the same. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance amending and supplementing the Code of the Borough, Chapter 11, entitled Housing, more specifically Section 11-4.14, entitled Penalty for Violation, same to be deleted and replaced by the language contained herein. Pass on final reading.
Motion to open to the public.
Move.
Need a second? Anyone from the public care to speak on this ordinance and this ordinance alone? If not, I'll close the public portion. Motion, please, on the ordinance?
So move.
Discussion? Call the roll, please.
First by Fasolo, second by Sheridan. On roll call, we have council members Ballesteri,
Yes.
Dennis,
Yes.
Golubek,
Yes.
Pellegrin is absent, Sheridan,
Yes.
Council President Fasolo.
Yes.
Motion carries. Next, we have Resolution R-143-22, introduced ordinance 22-07 on second reading. Whereas the public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that an ordinance entitled Bond Ordinance to authorize the undertaking of the design and engineering phases for traffic signalization improvements at River Road/River Drive intersection in by and for the Borough of Elmwood Park in the County of Bergen, New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $110,000 to pay the cost thereof, to make a down payment, to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriation, and to provide the issuance of the bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds, was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Thursday, March 17, 2022, and that further consideration of this ordinance will be taken up at this meeting. And whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given an opportunity to be heard concerning the same. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled Bond Ordinance to Authorize the Undertaking of the Design and Engineering Phases for Traffic Signalization Improvements at the River Road, River Drive intersection in by and for the Borough of Elmwood Park in the County of Bergen, New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $110,000 to pay the cost thereof, to make a down payment to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds. Passed on final reading.
May I have a motion to open to the public?
So move.
Second.
Anyone from the audience care to speak on this ordinance and this ordinance alone? If not, I will close the public portion. Motion on the ordinance, please. Discussion? Call the roll, please.
First by Ballestieri, second by Fasolo. On roll call, we have council members Ballestieri,
Yes.
Dennis,
Yes.
Golubek,
Yes.
Pellegrin, absent, Sheridan,
Yes.
Council President Fasolo.
Yes.
Motion carries. Next, we have Resolution R-144-22, introduce ordinance number 22-08 on second reading. Whereas the public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance to amend Article 3 of the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park entitled Department of the Local Government, Chapter 2, Administration, Section 2-27, entitled Police Department, more specifically Section 2-27.1, entitled Creation of the Department, Members, creating the position of chaplain for the Elmwood Park Police Department, was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Thursday, March 17, 2022, and that further consideration of this ordinance will be taken up at this meeting. And whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given an opportunity to be heard concerning the same. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance to amend Article 3 of the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park titled Department of the Local Government, Chapter 2, Administration, Section 2-27, entitled Police Department, more specifically Section 2-27.1, entitled Creation of Department, Members, creating the position of chaplain for the Elmwood Park Police Department, passed on final reading.
Motion to open to the public.
So move.
Anyone from the public here to speak on this ordinance and this ordinance alone? If not, I will close the public portion. Motion on the ordinance.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
First by Ballestieri, second by Fasolo. On roll call, we have council members Ballestieri,
Yes.
Dennis,
Yes.
Golubek,
Yes.
Pellegrin, absent, Sheridan,
Yes.
Council President Fasolo.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Shanae, you might want to take a sip of water before you start this consent agenda. It's pretty long, as we can see, so let the lady catch her breath.
Okay, so next we have our consent agenda. We have resolutions R-145-22, approval of payroll, R-146-22, approval of bills list, R-147-22, authorizing a grant application, Bergen County Open Space for year 2021 Borough Park improvements, R-148-22, resolution to refund overpayment, R-149-22, resolution to redeem third-party tax lien, R-150-22, resolution to redeem third-party tax lien, R-151-22, authorized buyback, R-152-22, award of bid, Vietnam Veterans Memorial Statue, R-153-22, authorized change order number 1 and current estimate number 1 for 2021 drainage improvement, R-154-22, appoint electrical inspector, Marco Bolzik, Building Department, R-155-22, appointment of Recreation Department staff, R-156-22, appointment of temporary outside independent consultant for the Borough Clerk's Office, R-157-22, authorized purchase of equipment, EarthSpirits.net, Inc., for the Police Department, R-158-22, authorized purchase of equipment, Police Department, R-159-22, resolution amending resolution number 279-21 and R R-498-20, appointments of special counsel. R-160-22, resolution authorizing the approval and award of a contract for professional billing services to Coronas Health RCM LLC for the Borough of Elmwood Park ambulance service and authorizing to enter into agreement with Coronas Health RCM LLC. Resolution R-161-22, resolution of the approval for the Garden State Cannabis Dispensary LLC to receive a Class 5 cannabis retailer license to operate within the Borough of Elmwood Park. R-162-22, resolution authorizing tax exemption for disabled veteran, 74 2nd Street, aka Block 607, Lot 7. R-163-22, resolution urging the swift passage of S-330/A3804, which shall restore the energy tax receipts to municipalities. R-164-22, a resolution authorizing the Borough Police Chief to create, institute, adopt, implement a ride-along program and establish, enforce policies, rules, and conduct regarding same. R-165-22, resolution supporting the 2022 You Drive, You Text, You Pay distracted driving crackdown, April 1st through April 30th, 2022. R-166-22, resolution amending prior resolution R-72-20, reconfirming endorsement of community development project. R-167-22, endorsement of community development project utilizing Bergen County CDBG funds. R-168-22, resignation of firefighters. R-169-22, resignation of auxiliary members. R-170-22, appointment of firefighter. R-171-22, appointment of firefighter. R-172-22, approval of ladies auxiliary members. R-173-22, hiring employees to staff the Elmwood Park Emergency Medical Service Unit. R-174-22, resolution to approve the consent agenda.
Motion on the consent agenda.
So move.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
First by Fasolo, second by Ballesteri. On roll call, we have council members Ballesteri,
Yes.
Dennis,
Where's my number? No to R-156-22, and yes to the rest.
okay, Golubek,
I recuse on 156, yes to the rest.
okay. Pellegrini, absent. Sheridan,
Yes to everything.
Council President Fasolo.
Yes.
Motion carries. At this time, we will have our budget hearing for the adoption of the 2022 municipal budget. Resolution R-175-22, introduce ordinance 22-09 on second reading, whereas a public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that an ordinance entitled Calendar Year 2022, ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank, NJSA 48:4-45.14, whereas said ordinance was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Thursday, March 17, 2022, and that further consideration of this ordinance will be taken up at this meeting. And whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given an opportunity to be heard concerning the same. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled Calendar Year 2022 Ordinance to Exceed the Municipal Budget Appropriation Limits and to Establish a Cap Bank, NJSA 48:4-45.14, passed on final reading.
Mr. Gregoritano, would you like to speak on this?
So the first ordinance this evening is for the adoption of the cap bank. What the cap bank does is we're not spending any money, we're reserving the money that could potentially be used during the year for an emergency, whether it be a flood, a hurricane, or anything else. That money is just being in reserve. We are not spending it, but it allows the council to go up to 3.5% increase in the appropriations.
May I have a motion to open to the public?
So move.
Anyone from the public here to speak on this? If not, I'll close the public portion. May I have a motion to adopt the ordinance?
So move.
Call the roll, please.
First by Fasolo, second by Sheridan. On roll call, we have council members Ballesteri,
Yes.
Dennis,
Yes.
Golubek,
Yes.
Pellegrini, absent, Sheridan.
Yes.
Council President Fasolo.
Yes.
Motion carries. Next, we have Resolution R-176-22, adoption of the 2022 municipal budget. Be it resolved that the mayor and council of the Borough of Elmwood Park and the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey hereby adopt the 2022 municipal budget set forth herein and shall constitute an appropriation for the purposes stated of the sums therein set forth as appropriations and authorization in the amount of $19,175,362 for municipal purposes.
Mr. Vigatino, you care to speak on this?
We'll let go to the hearing on it, Mayor?
Yes.
You want to go right to the hearing?
Yeah, I think that'd be okay, no?
Yes, you can open to the,
Is that all right?
So for the 2022 budget, the taxpayers are going to get relief. The relief is in the sum of no increase on the municipal tax. When you get your tax bill, there'll be no increase on the municipal level. That does not say what's going to happen with the county or the school. We can only, and this council only has jurisdiction on the municipal portion. So it is zero for this year.
Okay. All right, thank you, Mr. Vigatano. We need now to adopt this budget,
open to the public.
correct?
Open to the public.
First, okay. Anyone from the public here to speak on this? If not, close the public portion. Motion to adopt.
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
First by Fasolo, second by Ballesteri. On roll call, we have council members Ballesteri,
Yes.
Dennis,
Yes.
Golubek,
Yes.
Pellegrini, absent, Sheridan.
Yes.
Council President Fasolo.
Yes.
Motion carries. Now we have departmental reports. We have the Board of Health meeting minutes from February 14th, 2022, and the Library Board meeting minutes from February 28th, 2022.
Motion to accept the department reports.
So move.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Okay, next we have application Elmwood Park Bombers raffle for September 2022 through November 2021.
Motion to accept this application.
So move.
Any discussion? All in favor? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, Mayor, this concludes my portion of the meeting.
Okay, council reports. We'll start with Mrs. Ballesteri. Councilwoman Ballesteri.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a short report, but again, I wanted to congratulate the EP Eagles for their undefeated season, as well as congratulate the champions of each division, the 3rd, 4th grade by Coach Cabrera of Team UNC, 5th, 6th grade, Coach Kai of Team Purdue, and 7th, 8th grade, Coach Norris and Coach Perez of the Team Selvix. This is wonderful how hard they work and how committed and devoted, and this really shows how it pays off by their commitment. So I'm very proud of how well they have all done this year and as they have in the past years. So congratulations to all. I also want to announce the Spring Festival is April 30th from 10 to 5. And that's all for me, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Dennis?
Thank you, Mayor. Congratulations to the Elmwood Park Crew Eagles on their championship. They work really hard, and I get to see that up front. So I congratulate them again and wish them a great season. Thank you, Belinda and the Homeowners Association for their donation to the Veterans Memorial. April 26th, we have our Board of Ed meeting, 6 p.m. work session, 7 p.m. is the public session. As Sandy mentioned, April 30th is the Spring Festival. We're still meeting about May 30th, Elma Park's Memorial Day Parade. If there's anyone interested in walking in the parade, please reach out to the Borough Administrator's Office. We had a Elma Park Cleanup Day a couple days ago, and just wanted to thank all the residents and students that showed up to help clean up EP, giving up that really cold Sunday morning to do that. Little League opening day was canceled, but I just want to let everybody know you can still support them by attending their home games and purchasing snacks at the concession stand. I myself stopped there on my way over here to catch some goldfish just to help them out. May 1st, the Elma Park Bombers Registration opens up, and the last two, there's May 13th, we have a Denim and Diamonds event happening at the Rec Center. It's put on by the Elma Park PTOs and the Recreation Center. It's not a mother-son, but we're inviting all our young gentlemen in Elma Park to invite the special lady and their life out for a night of dinner and dancing at the Recreation Center from 7 to 9 p.m. on that day. And then on April 29th, St. Leo's is having their annual Tricky Tray, so tickets are on sale now. Hopefully you guys can go out and support. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mrs. Dennis. Councilman Golombek?
Progress, Mayor. I'll report next month when I'm back in person.
Okay, we're looking forward to that. Councilwoman Sheridan?
Thank you, Mayor. Senior Center, on April 13th, it was a Wednesday, we had breakfast with the cops. All the cops cooked for the seniors. It was a great turnout. Everybody had a good time. On behalf of Christina Cobb and myself, Police Chief Foligno, we would like to thank you and your group. Everybody had a good time. As far as the homeowners go, on Friday, April 22nd, they're going to Wind Creek Casino. The bus leaves at 10 o'clock. The cost is $40 with a $35 cash voucher that comes back. If you have any questions, you can call in at 201-966-7694. On April 27th, from 7 to 8, the homeowners are having a self-defense and safety class for all the residents. It's April 27th from 7 to 8 at the Senior Center. And one more note, as far as the veterans go, on behalf of the VFW, Commander David Boone and myself, we turned around and we raised a beefsteak to raise money for the Veterans Memorial. That's going to be on a Thursday, June 23rd at 6 o'clock. Anyone interested in tickets are $50. Entertainment is Uncle Floyd. Anybody can reach out to either me or to David. Call 201-292-1422. I have a flyer here that we're going to put up in the municipal building. If anyone's interested, please give us a call. All the proceeds are going to the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. That's it, Mayor.
Thank you, Terry.
Mayor, can I just add something? I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Lorraine is not here, and I just thought that on her behalf, we just mentioned that the RAP program is having a food drive on May 1st from 10 to 12. And also, she normally shouts out the police department when she's here. So the other day, on April 18th, the Elma Park Police Department held the EP Chill Out Day. It was a really chilly day, but those kids still showed up for free Kona ice. There was a report, a young man showed up with his bike broken, and the police officers actually took it down to the bike shop to get it fixed for them, and that left that gentleman and his friends with a great idea of what our police department actually does. So I just wanted to say thank you to Chief, as my son was a part of that group of friends that witnessed that. And also just really quickly, there's a quality of life division that was created recently, and they have been out and about taking care of our residents and answering phone calls and really looking out for our community. And I wanted to say thank you to the chief, and we're looking forward to continuing to see them work on behalf of.
Tanisha, is that ice the type when you suck on it, your lips and teeth will turn the color of the ice you're sucking on, and it
Yes.
stays with you for 2 days?
Yes, my son is still brushing his teeth with that stuff.
Okay, thank you. Council President, Mr. Fasolo.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to commend the council for the past year for always making decisions that got us to that zero increase on our budget this year. So commending the council there. I also want to congratulate the Cannabis Administrative Board. I see there's a member here. We met a few times this year already. And we submitted to the council already our first ever recommendation, which we approved tonight. Everyone on the board asked great questions. They do their homework. So I just want to commend all of them there. Those townwide cleanups that we've been seeing going on, I want to thank all of our students and our police officers today for their community cleanup. It was great to see them all out there caring for our environment, especially with Earth Day coming up in our community. I also want to commend the creation of the Quality of Life Unit. Since its implementation, the residents have gotten swift action on issues that affect their quality of life, also our businesses as well. I also want to commend all of the people that are planning all these events going on in town, diversity committee, youth committee, all these great things that are happening, bringing us all together and unifying our community. I hope everybody had a great Passover and a great Easter in progress.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Goloberg, you had passed on this, correct?
Yes, I went already, Mayor.
Okay, all right, thank you. We just want to shout out to a young lady that we haven't seen in a little while. She's with us tonight, Erin Delaney. It's good to see you, Erin. And I want to commend Mrs. Dennis on her efforts regarding the events committee. She's very involved with them. She's actually spearheading all of them, and she's doing a great job. So, Ms. Dennis, stay the course. Tonight, we passed a resolution awarding the bid for the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. This is the first major step towards being taken that is going to actually get the statue in motion and being built. The lead time for that making of that statue is 8 to 12 weeks. Sorry, 8 to 12 months. This gives us plenty of time to raise approximately $60,000 needed to complete said project. So I reach out to the council, members of the audience, all the businesses out there, keep them checks and letters flowing. I think it was D. Martin that used to end his show with that, keep those letters and checks, keep them flowing. Well, we want the checks to keep flowing. We have plenty of time to raise that $60,000. So let's not fall asleep. And with that, heard. Yes, ma'am. Please come forward. Remember you were an engineer, correct?
I'm sorry?
You're an engineer?
I wish I was.
Were you ever an engineer?
No?
I apologize. Doesn't she look like the engineer? Okay. Yes, dear, your name? Your name?
Linda Solano. I'm here to speak to councilmen and the board and actually the cannabis committee about opening up a micro business here in Elmwood Park. I have applied for a social equity MWBA certified, WE certified, and I also live in a disadvantaged area in Clifton, right bordering Elmwood Park. I have been to several towns to speak my piece and tell my story, and I have been getting shut down because no one's giving the micro businesses and the social equity a little bit of a leeway or an extra license or permit to open up in their towns. They're a little bit different than the regular retail dispensaries. They're a smaller area. They're only allowed 10 employees, only allowed 1,000 pounds of cannabis a month, and they're only allowed to be 2,500 square feet. And I'm here to just lobby myself as a very good citizen and a very good person who would help this community in a lot of different ways as far as being part of it and giving back.
Mayor, if I may.
Yes, please.
We did speak a little bit about micro businesses with the council for the administrative board, the marijuana administrative board. So if you could get in, maybe if Sal could get you the information for our council for the board, you could speak to him and then go through that process with him and come before the board. Okay?
So basically, what you're doing is you're looking to apply for permit to handle cannabis.
Right, here in Elmwood Park.
Yeah,
I also have another question. There's a place across on 1 US 46 here in Elmwood Park. They said Route 46 is for zoning check that
Bef-
is.
Before you would do anything, I believe you would have to go through the board and go through the state licensure process. All right?
You're welcome. Good luck. Anyone else care to speak?
Jeff, it's great to see you again, by the way.
Thank you, thank you. The two bids for the Vietnam one, 800-something thousand.
Okay. What happens, I think, in some of these projects, they realize that they're so different, and it's probably unique to build, that there's not going to be many bidders, and they're hoping that they end up being the only bidder, and we end up giving them $1 million for something that's going to cost us $137,000. Process of elimination, Jeff, that's what they do. They maybe send 10 of them out like that, and they get one, and it's bingo. Yeah.
The cannabis board meets regularly, or?
The county board?
The cannabis board is...
Well, I'm at a disadvantage because I wasn't notified twice about this meeting, which I should be. No, I know, and I'm just doing some griping here right now. And I should have been noticed, I haven't been noticed. So I'll let the people talk that were at the meeting. Go ahead, Mr. Fasolo.
Well, all Justice has to notice it. They're regular public meetings, correct?
Yeah, we've been conducting them via Zoom. Yeah.
Oh.
But it's not, they're as they come, as the applications come
Are
in.
they advertising that Zoom?
Not too sure.
Because I look at the public, and I don't recall, because I've always wondered about how things start.
I would have to ask the secretary.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Anybody else care to be heard from the public? Sal, just a notation regarding that I should be notified. It's 2 meetings, I wasn't. Okay, thank you. Anyone else? If not, I'll close the public portion. Then with that, a motion to go into executive.
So move.
All in favor? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a while here to go into executive. Are we going to take action, Sal?
We're going to come up.
The attorney's here for that part. He's outside.
Okay, you want to make
We're
a...
doing Fran first.
Yes. Whereas the Open Public Meetings Act, PL 1975, Chapter 231, permits the exclusion of the public from a meeting in certain circumstances, and whereas the public body is of the opinion that such circumstances presently exist, and whereas the governing body wishes to discuss personnel matters for police, litigation, and legal reports, minutes will be kept, and once the matter involving the confidentiality of the above no longer requires that confidentiality, then the minutes can be made public. Now therefore be it resolved that the public be excluded from this meeting. Formal action may be taken.
Live.
Okay, Mayor, I'd like to reestablish a quorum. On roll call, we have council members Ballesteri.
Here.
Dennis. Here. Golombek.
Here.
Pellegrini absent. Sheridan.
Here.
Council President Fasolo.
Here.
Mayor Coletti. Here. We have a quorum. Okay, at this time, we will take action on resolution number R-177-22. This resolution has been made available to the public. It's a resolution to affirm disciplinary action.
Open it to the public?
So move.
Second.
Motion.
All in favor?
Oh, mm-mm.
No, we got a roll call here. Okay.
So first by Fasolo, second by Sheridan. On roll call, we have council members Ballesteri.
Yes.
Dennis. Yes. Golombek.
Yes.
Pellegrini absent. Sheridan.
Yes.
Council President Fasolo.
Yes.
Motion carries, and this resolution is now effective.
Go ahead, speak up. Go ahead.
Mayor, I need you to motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
Yay.
All in favor? Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
All right. Too bad.
Yay.